Today we will be hearing a super exciting book that has to do with a Jewish holiday called Passover. The book today is The Little Red Hen and the Passover Matzah by Leslie Kimmelman. Before we start, there are a couple words that you need to know before we hear the story. So, in the back of this book, there's a whole section called a glossary. A glossary is where you can find some words that you don't know, and it'll give you the definition, what it means. So, one of the words is chutzpah. Can you say chutzpah? Good. Chutzpah means guts or daring or nerve. Usually it's not a very nice thing to say. Kvetch. Can you say kvetch? Kvetch means to complain or gripe all the time. Mensch. Can you say mensch? Kind of like bench. Is a decent person, someone who is basically good. Nosh. To eat or snack. Oi gewalt. Say that one. Oi gewalt is an expression of dismay or annoyance. Something like, oh, for Pete's sake. And then one more, schlepp. Can you say schlepp? Good. Schlepp means to drag or to haul something. So, now we're going to hear The Little Red Hen and the Passover Matzah. The greatest wisdom of all is kindness. That's a Jewish proverb. The year was passing. The little red hen could feel the change of the seasons in the tips of her tail feathers. She could smell it in the barnyard air. She could see it on her calendar. Oi gewalt! Exclaimed the little red hen, thinking ahead to spring. Before I know it, it will be time for Passover. I will need some matzah for my seder. And that begins with some grains of wheat. In a corner of the chicken coop, the little red hen kept a small pile of grain safe from wind and water. She gathered them now and went to find her friends. Such friends she had, always ready to lend a hand. Who will help me plant these grains, she asked them. Not I, said the sheep. Sorry, bud, said the horse. Think again, said the dog, a little bit rudely. The little red hen was not happy. Okay, she grumbled. I should worry. I'll just do it myself. And the little red hen planted those grains. Months passed, the sun shone, the rain fell, and the grain grew tall. The little red hen waited patiently. Finally, there was a field of wheat ready to be harvested. The little red hen went to find her friends. This time she was sure they would lend a hand. Who will help me cut the wheat, she asked. Not I, said the sheep. Sorry, bud, said the horse. Think again, said dog, a little bit rudely. We're your friends, not your servants. The little red hen was definitely not happy. Friends schmens, she muttered. I'll just do it myself. And the little red hen cut the wheat. The wheat was ready for the mill. The little red hen gathered it together and went to find her friends. Oh, they won't disappoint me again, she told herself confidently. Who will help me carry this wheat to the mill, she asked them. Not I, said sheep. Sorry, bud, said dog. Think again, said dog, a little bit rudely. We're resting. The little red hen was really not happy this time. I should live so long, she kvetched. To see this bunch of lazy no-good-necks put in an honest day's work, I'll just do it myself. The little red hen took the wheat to a special Passover mill where a miller ground it into flour. Then she schlepped that flour back home in a big, heavy sack, clucking to herself all the way. Before she knew it, it was spring, the morning of the first night of Passover. The little red hen had cleaned her house top to bottom. There wasn't a crumb of bread to be found anywhere. Time to make the matzah, the little red hen announced to her friends. Who wants to help me? Everyone deserves a second or a fourth chance, she reminded herself. But what do you think the little red hen heard? No, not I, said sheep. Sorry, bud, said horse. laughed Dog more than a little bit rudely. Think again. The little red hen was not happy. She was not surprised either. Okay, she said. So I should starve. I'll just make it myself. The little red hen washed up carefully. She put a big bowl on the kitchen table and then she set her timer. According to Jewish law, Passover matzah had to be finished in just 18 minutes. The little red hen mixed the flour and water quickly. She kneaded it quickly. She rolled it out nice and flat quickly. And she prickled it all over. Prickly. She put it in the oven to bake. Ding! The matzah was ready, just in time. Then the little red hen prepared the Seder dinner. She boiled eggs, simmered soup, and mixed gefilte fish. She washed parsley, chopped apples and nuts, and stirred batter for a cake. Finally, she set the table, putting a beautiful Passover Haggadah at each place and an extra chair for Elijah the prophet. Should he come, God willing? She finished with a covered plate of homemade matzah. The little red hen sat in a chair and waited. When the sun began to set in the evening sky, there was a knock at the door. Guess who was standing there? Who do you think was standing there? Bah! Nay! Whoop! We're famished, they told the little red hen. What's for dinner? You've got to be kidding me, scolded the little red hen. What chutzpah! You didn't help me plant the grains when I asked you. You didn't help me harvest the wheat or carry it to the mill or take it back home again. You didn't even help me bake the matzah. So tell me, why should I share my Seder with the likes of you? Sheep, horse, and dog couldn't think of anything to say. The little red hen was right. They hadn't been very good friends. The three animals silently hung their heads in shame. The little red hen was quiet too. Now I should invite them to my Seder, she thought. Then she remembered the words written in the Passover Haggadah. Let all who are hungry come and eat. She looked at her friends. They looked hungry. Besides, the little red hen was a good egg. A mensch. A mensch forgives. And why are you just standing there, she said finally. Come on in. So together, the friends celebrated the holiday. Together they noshed on tasty, crunchy matzah. And when the Seder was over, after all the planting and the harvesting, the schlepping and the cleaning, the baking and the feasting, just who do you think had to wash all those dishes? Not I, said the little red hen. The end. So in the back of this book, there's also a little information about Passover and the recipe to make matzah. Okay, so here's the recipe to make the matzah. If you want to use that information, you could pause it there so you have the recipe. So I hope you enjoyed the little red hen and the Passover matzah.